When you're on a homestead, there are a lot of things that can take the place of video games and gym workouts. And today's episode is all about something that kind of melds both together. Well, it is beginning of June, and even though we're almost at the end of spring, looking forward to summer, and kind of halfway through the year, it is time to start thinking about winter, because where we live, and we are not even the most extreme climate, winter is something that we have to prepare for. And one of the things when you have larger livestock, i.e. cows, sheep, goats, horses, basically anything that eats hay, is feeding them over the winter. And one of the ways to feed them over the winter is to make sure that you've got enough hay stored somewhere on your farm to see them through. So we have just picked up another load of hay. So we have 69 bales that we picked up today, and I've already obviously emptied some out here. These are second cut bales from 2021, but they'll be perfect for feeding through the coming winter of 2022/2023. So we're trying to get a little bit ahead of things here, because you never know when it comes to hay what the season's going to be like and what the hay prices are going to be like. But hay is one of those things that realistically, it's a bit like Tetris, trying to figure out how to get all of this hay stored somewhere so that you can use it later. So the big challenge, and where the video games and the workout come in, is we A, have to get this all up into the loft, and B, we've got to get it all to fit. And of course, the Tetris part, the video games. When you're homesteading, who really needs or has time for video games? So you can substitute, and in this case, today we're playing Tetris. As you can see here beside me, we've already managed to stockpile quite a few second cut bales from last year, which is absolutely awesome. We've given ourselves some room to be able to open that door for more additional hay when actual 2022 hay season starts in earnest. But we're kind of trying to set this out in such a way that A, we can get as many bales in here as possible, which you can see. I've got them stacked right to the roof, and that's only one sort of row against the wall. So we're going to build another row, which you can see we've started in the front. We kind of lost track. We think we are probably in the ballpark of 200, maybe 250 bales up here. We actually don't know for what that's worth. So where does the workout come in on all this? Well, you've got to get it up into this loft, and today, as you can see, this bouncing bale in front of me, I'm doing it kind of the manual way. Now we do have a elevator, however, it's a little bit to set it up, and because we're only purchasing some extra second cut hay, it's been easier as we go into the dark loft to simply do it manually. So of course, hay season is one of those things, if you're doing small square bales, where you have a lot of manual labor. So no gym membership needed. If you pace yourself, keep well hydrated, and in an ideal world, if you can spread it out over time, i.e. not have to put 500 bales in the loft all at once, you can kind of get a bit of a stretched out workout, which, hey, that definitely is not a bad thing, at least in my opinion. So for us, we are roughly 6 months of the year that we don't have pasture. Now, we might be able to squeeze a little bit more pasture time in here and there, but pretty much we're looking at 6 months of winter, or basically hay feeding. Typically last year we fed 3 bales a day to our sheep and horses. So the math's a little bit conservative here, or a little bit more erring on the side of caution, because it's always better to have more than less when it comes to hay, is we're looking at needing approximately 550 to 600 bales for the whole year. Now, that's not all got to be second cut hay. In fact, with the ponies that we have, which I know don't necessarily fit into the livestock category exactly, because it's not like we eat them, but the ponies really don't need the second cut hay. So we will be purchasing some first cut hay from 2022 hay season, which has just begun. It's been pretty good so far, but in the area, most of the fields are still too wet to really take it off unless they're doing wrapped hay. We always feed the dry hay. For the sheep, the second cut hay is definitely the better quality and seems to keep them in better shape over the winter months, and they just waste less of it, to be quite honest with you. But we will still be adding some first cut. So I suppose one little sort of word of caution here is if you have bigger animals, you're going to have to figure this out, and there are other ways to do it. We find, as we say, on average we feed 3 bales a day. You've got to consider this, because this is not something that and we have been there, done that, seen the movie, got the t-shirt sort of scenario, but it's not fun to be going week to week looking for more hay when you have bigger animals. When we had the goats, we've been there and done that. Now that we have the sheep, we don't want to run out, because the sheep are absolutely miserable when they're hungry. They always say, the old saying is, make hay while the sun shines. So right now we can get some hay up here. That gets us a little bit ahead. We're not done, because this is obviously going to happen. We're going to be doing this game multiple times this year, but still a good feeling to get it up there. Still kind of fun, every bale that comes up, trying to figure out how to maximize space and wedge it in next to the bales around it, and not have everything topple down, and just see how many we can get in here. So not really an educational video, but a little bit of a story and some food for thought, or I suppose hay to feed your food. And yeah, we'll catch everyone later.